So hello guys, welcome to our channel. So today I will be showing you the most powerful build in Witcher 3. This build I'm referring to is a balanced build, means it is balanced uh, from the point of view of alchemy, igni as well as combat. Balance in all the three skill set. So first I will show you that currently I'm playing the game on Death March. As you can see, the difficulty level is Death March and the enemy upscaling is on. The reason for showing you this that I want to show you the power of this build, the what this build is capable of. So let's have an overview of the build. So this is my skill set currently. I have occupied these three Combat Signs and Alchemy, all of the three skills set trees. So from the combat I have gained 6 skills. Wall is my favorite one. It damages, it actually is capable of doing a lot of damage to the enemies, and when you are like on the Euphoria build, it directly slays into the enemy, and the animation kind of looks cool. The way Geralt moves his swords. And yeah, Rain, it most of the times ignores the defense of the enemies when they are carrying shields, or even when they try to defend themselves by using their swords or their primary weapon. So most of the times it actually ignores. It doesn't work always, most of the times, and yeah. For actually wall and when you actually need a stamina, so I think this skill is handy. Resolve, what it does, it actually doesn't let your damage affect your adrenaline point, so you don't lose your adrenaline points when you take damage. Since I have maxed it out, that's why the adrenaline point lost damage taken. The adrenaline point loss is upon taking damage is lowered by 100%. So these are my 6 skills on the combat tree. On the science tree I have occupied these 6 skills. Pardon my mistakes, this is my first video. So Exile Delusion is very useful in the dialogues. You avoid a lot of bribing people and unnecessary combats by using Exile Delusion. So I have maxed it out, and in the Quen column, this one is my favorite, Exploding Shield. Once you use it on yourself, you can actually go into the battle without worrying. You don't need to be using the active shield. In the active shield, you constantly have to keep that shield around you, and it's kind of a defensive ability. So Exploding Shield is kind of offensive. You just apply it once and you can just move around. If the enemy hits you, the shield explodes. So in the meantime, you can actually use other signs, as well as you can attack the enemies using fast attacks, strong attacks, even wall. So this is kind of a passive ability which protects you. That's why it's my favorite from the Quen column, and that's why I don't use the active shield. And I have maxed it out, as you can see. And for the specters, ghosts, wraiths, the Yarden is must. Without Yarden or without specter oil, you cannot actually even touch them. So that's why I have maxed this out. Sustained glyphs. It actually helps you to use 2 Yarden circles at once, and also increases their duration. So that's why. And this magic trap is very useful for the enemies that are flying around. The enemies that are capable of flight. Once you use the magic trap on the ground and you stay near the trap, if the enemy comes close to you, any kind of enemy, if it comes close to you, it just gives it a shock, magic shock, and they fell down on the ground, and you can then directly strike them off. For the sirens, actually I have one horn. you can see this wall horn. If we use this horn, the nearby sirens actually drop out of the sky. But for the other enemies that are capable of flight, we do not have any kind of horn or such kind of weapon. We do not have it. That's why the magic traps actually are very handy in those cases. That's why I have maxed it out. So these two skills from the Yarden. Firestream, it kind of looks cool when you actually put out a fire show from your hand. So that's why I have maxed it out. It also works good on the human enemies. And yeah, art sweep. As per my experience, it works more on the animals or the monsters. Even in the monster category, it works more on the animals like wolves and all. For the humans, it just gives them the telekinetic shift. That's it. So these are my favorite ones from the sign build. And since I am using the mutation Euphoria, mind you, this mutation is must if you want a very powerful build in Witcher 3, especially if you're playing on the death mode. This is a must-have mutation. Means none of the remaining 11 mutations even come close to Euphoria. The damage the Euphoria is capable of delivering to your enemies, none comes even close. I think the second most damaging mutation would be Piercing Cold if you are using a sign build, or Deadly Encounter for the combat build. And for the balanced build, or even for the totally alchemy build, I think Euphoria is a must. Oops. So what Euphoria does is each point of toxicity increases the damage dealt by swords and sign intensity by 0.75% to a maximum of 195. Earlier the threshold was not 195, it was 75%, but now it is 195 because I have been upgrading my levels, that's why. So as Euphoria is already a very powerful mutation, if you are using too much decoctions and potions, your toxicity of course will increase, and along with each point of increase in toxicity, your Euphoria will just explode. So from the alchemy tree, these three basic skills actually enhances or amplifies the effect of Euphoria. The acquired tolerance from the alchemy tree is must-have skills if you are using too much potions and decoctions. What it does, it increases your tolerance level to the consumption of these potions and decoctions, because they actually increase your toxicity. So what you can do is you can actually consume multiple potions and decoctions without having a deteriorating effect on your vitality. So currently I can actually consume 3 decoctions and 2 potions at once, and my toxicity increases about 250 points, and still there is no negative effect on my vitality. So that's why acquired tolerance is a must-have ability for the alchemy build, or even for the Euphoria build, if you're using the Euphoria on the balanced mode. Balance as in sign, combat and alchemy. And yeah, heightened tolerance, it actually helps you to increase your toxicity more. It increases your threshold of potion overdose, or the toxicity your body can manage, from 75% to 100%. Thereby again you can actually consume more potions and your decoctions, and so eventually your toxicity points would increase, and you would be able to increase your damage, sign damage as well as combat damage with the help of Euphoria. And yeah, from the second row, this one is currently my favorite. It's very active skill. Since I actually have a lot of decoctions with me, and I at least use 3 of them, or at least 2 of them when the enemies are actually powerful. So with each decoction, my vitality is increased by 1000 points. It's huge. So if I consume 3 decoctions, my vitality would increase by 3000 points. So currently if my vitality is around 6500, it would be around 9500 if I consume 3 decoctions. That's why it's very useful ability, tissue transmutation. So these three abilities from the alchemy tree, they just amplify the effect of euphoria. Just takes the euphoria to the next level. So you just become an indestructible beast around the monsters which you want to slay. That's why. So I will just show you a glimpse of my current inventory. I have these oils and potions. So as you can see, I have gathered a lot of decoctions and potions. So whenever I actually enter the battle, I use mostly Fractal decoction. With each attack, the combination of attacks, it increases the damage you can deliver for the next attack in sign or combat. And next favorite one is Griffin decoction. Taking damage raises damage resistance. So yeah, it actually increases your damage resistance up to a certain level. And these decoctions, they don't vanish away within like a few minutes like the potions. They stay. When you consume them, they stay there for a while, at least for a few hours. So that's why they are like, I think, better than the potions. But yeah, they increase your toxicity a lot more than the potions. And since I actually maintain my vitality by consuming fruits or by consuming food, or even by consuming this white Raffar's decoctions, which it immediately restores a larger portion of vitality. So I maintain my vitality at its peak in the combat. That's why this decoction, the water hack decoction, is very handy. The damage dealt is increased when vitality is at its peak. So since we are always at peak in terms of vitality, this decoction is very handy. And in terms of potions, I usually use Thunderbolt, Enhanced Petri's Filter, and if we take any kind of damage, I use this White Raffar's decoction. Along with that, I also use Enhanced Swallow, which accelerates your vitality generation, and accelerates the stamina regeneration for the extended duration. Enhanced Tawny Oil. So these are some of my favorite potions and decoctions from the build. So I'll just show you a demo. So I would be showing you currently the status of a DPS and sign intensity. The current Silver Sword DPS is 2695. Steel Sword DPS is 2375. And our vitality is at 6480 points. And sign intensity is at 121%. Okay, so now we will consume all the potions and decoctions that we can. Fractal decoction, right? Griffin decoction and water hack decoction. Okay. So as you can see, I have consumed Enhanced Petri's Filter as well as Thunderbolt. So my current toxicity is at 255 points, which is around 98%. And as you can see, the tissue transmutation ability from the alchemy tree is working. Since I have consumed 3 decoctions at once, my vitality is increased by 3000 points. Earlier it was 6480, now it is 9480. And you can see the damage is increased by a lot of points. I mean, earlier it was around in the level from 2000 to 3000. Now it is about 6020. And Steel Sword's DPS is 5282. It's huge. And as you can see, the sign intensity here, it is 332, means more than double. It was 121% earlier. before taking all these potions antioxidants. Now it is 332%. Even if you actually try to build a completely sign build, still these kind of percentage for the intensity of sign is very difficult to achieve. So that's why I'm telling you this is the most powerful build. It increases your sign intensity, the damage your swords are capable of doing, and your vitality a lot if you actually use these exact skills from the combat, science and alchemy tree, along with the main factor or the main factor of the build, which is euphoria transmutation. So this is our build. I'm also using 2 greater mutagens for the sign intensity and 2 greater red mutagens for the attack power. Okay, now I'll show you the practical demo of this build in the fight. So guys, currently we are near a night wraith. Since it's a wraith, we would be using our favorite spectre oil for the wraiths, another kind of specters. So we have applied here enhanced spectre oil. Also we'll take moon dust bomb, it's very handy. Moon dust, yeah. You can see the damage we are doing currently. Huge. So it's not very easy to beat this wraith on the death mode, but because we have gained such an incredible kind of build using euphoria, we could actually easily beat this thing. So that's it guys, I hope you have enjoyed the video and I hope you got to learn these new things regarding Witcher 3 in this video.